Scorpio, your 15-year karmic debt has been paid. The universe is finally on your side. Dear Scorpio man, dear Scorpio woman, stop everything you're doing right now. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to feel what I'm about to reveal to you. It's over. The spiritual marathon you've been running, often without knowing exactly why life seemed so heavy, so challenging, so inexplicably difficult in certain areas, has finally come to an end. You have paid your karmic debt. Every tear, every struggle, every sleepless night wondering why things seemed so much harder for you than for others, all of it had a cosmic purpose. And now, at this very moment in your journey, the universe is releasing you. The invisible chains that bound you to repetitive patterns of suffering, to the hardest lessons, to seemingly endless challenges, have finally been broken. And not just broken, my dear Scorpio. They have been transmuted into wisdom, strength, and spiritual power. You haven't just survived these 15 years of karmic trials. You've transformed through them. And now, the universe isn't just neutral toward you. It's actively on your side, conspiring in your favor, preparing blessings so abundant that you'll hardly recognize your own life in a few months. Let's talk about what karmic debt really means. It's not punishment, although it often feels that way when we're in the midst of it. It's a contract your soul made before incarnating in this life, an agreement that you would go through certain experiences, learn certain lessons, settle certain energies from past lives or ancestral family patterns. And you, courageous Scorpio, accepted one of the most intense missions. Think about the last 15 years. I know you know exactly what period I'm referring to, even if you haven't used the term karmic to describe it. It was that cycle that started with something, perhaps a significant loss, a relationship that ended devastatingly, a deep betrayal, a financial crisis, a health problem, or a series of events that seemed to conspire to bring you down. And since then, it's been wave after wave. Not continuously, of course. You've had moments of joy, periods of peace, even phases where you thought, finally things are changing. But then, almost predictably, another challenge would arise. Another test would appear. Another situation that forced you to delve deep into inner resources you didn't even know you possessed. Relationships that promised so much but ended in pain. Opportunities that seemed perfect but mysteriously dissolved. People you trusted who let you down in unimaginable ways. Financial situations that never seemed to fully stabilize no matter how hard you worked. Cycles of health, physical, mental, or emotional, that pushed you to the limit. And through it all you wondered, why me? What did I do to deserve this? When will it be my turn to breathe, to relax, to simply be happy without the other shoe always about to fall off? Dear Scorpio, you did nothing wrong to deserve this. On the contrary, your soul chose this path because it is strong enough to walk it. The universe doesn't give just anyone the challenges you have been given. Only the most resilient, most powerful souls, the ones most capable of profound transformation. And you have proven day after day, year after year, that you are exactly that. But here's the extraordinary news that will make your heart race. You passed. You graduated from this cosmic university of hardship. You learned the lessons. You paid off the debts. You broke the patterns. And now, the doors of the universe are opening for you in a way you've never experienced before in this life. Do you know that feeling you may have started noticing recently? A subtle lightness, as if an invisible weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Moments when you breathe and think, something is different, but I can't quite name what it is. That's not your imagination. It's the physical, emotional, and energetic evidence that your karmic cycle has been completed. You may have noticed small changes. Situations that used to trigger you emotionally now affect you less. People who once had power over you now seem irrelevant. Patterns you compulsively repeated suddenly don't have as much force anymore. You're making different choices, almost effortlessly, as if an internal program had been updated while you slept. And these are just the first ripples of a massive transformation that is occurring in your life. Because when a karmic debt is paid, especially one as significant as this 15-year debt, The universe not only sets you free, it rewards you abundantly. Think of it as a dam that was blocking the flow of blessings in your life. For 15 years, there were restrictions, limitations, blockages, some visible, many invisible. You worked hard, loved deeply, dedicated yourself completely, but the results never seemed to match the effort. It was like swimming against a constant current. You moved forward, but with 3 times the difficulty it should have required. But now, the dam has been removed, and everything that was held back, opportunities, connections, abundance, love, recognition, luck, magical synchronicities, is finally free to flow in your direction. And it won't flow like a gentle stream. It will arrive like a powerful wave, compensating for all those years of scarcity, hardship, and struggle. In the coming weeks and months, pay close attention because you will begin to notice concrete evidence of this change. Relationships. If you're single, get ready. The kind of connection you've always longed for. That genuine Scorpio intensity, that depth, that unwavering loyalty, that companionship that honors who you truly are, is finally available to you. And not just available, but actively moving in your direction. You might find this person in the most unexpected circumstances. The universe has a sense of humor and often presents us with our greatest loves precisely when we stop desperately searching. If you're already in a relationship, prepare for a profound renewal. Old patterns that caused conflict will begin to dissolve. You and your partner may find a new depth, a new harmony. Or if the relationship isn't aligned with your new level of evolution, you'll have the clarity and courage to make the necessary transition, but this time without the agonizing pain that characterized previous breakups. You will move forward with wisdom and self-preservation. Toxic or unbalanced friendships will naturally fall out of your life, often without drama. They will simply cease to make sense, and you will no longer feel that Scorpio need to understand why or to try to fix things. And in their place, authentic connections, people who vibrate at your frequency, souls who recognize and honor your journey, will begin to appear. Career and purpose. That feeling of being stuck, of your skills not being recognized, of working hard without seeing proportional progress, that's changing. Opportunities that seemed impossible will begin to materialize. People in positions of power will notice you. Your ideas will gain traction. Your work will receive the recognition it has always deserved. If you've been dreaming of changing careers, starting your own business, or pursuing that passion that seemed unattainable, now is the time. The universe is not only allowing it, it's actively supporting these changes. Resources will appear. Mentors will emerge. Doors that were locked will open, sometimes in miraculous ways. And most importantly, you will finally feel that you are doing what you came to do on this planet. That sense of purpose that has eluded you, that you only felt in occasional glimpses, will become your daily reality. You will wake up with direction, with a mission, with the profound satisfaction of being aligned with your dharma. Finances. This has probably been one of the most challenging areas during your karmic cycle. No matter how much you earned, it never seemed to be enough. Unexpected expenses always seemed to appear. Financial stability seemed like a distant dream. You may have developed an anxious relationship with money, always fearing the next crisis. But notice now, the flow is changing. Money will start coming from unexpected sources. That promotion, that lucrative project, that overdue payment, that investment opportunity, things will start to align, and not in a single dramatic way, although that could happen, but consistently and increasingly. You will begin to build the financial security you've always wanted, but this time on solid foundations that you yourself have built through these challenging years. Your relationship with money will also transform. Anxiety will give way to confidence. The scarcity mindset will be replaced by an awareness of abundance, not in an illusory way, but based on real and growing evidence that the universe supports you materially. Health. Many Scorpios experienced health challenges during this karmic cycle, whether physical, mental, or emotional. Their bodies were processing not only their own traumas, but ancestral patterns and accumulated dense energies. It was exhausting. But now you will notice a return of vitality. Chronic problems may begin to improve, sometimes mysteriously. You will have more energy, more mental clarity, more emotional stability. Your body is literally recalibrating to a higher frequency now that the karmic burden has been released. If you've been struggling with mental health issues, anxiety, depression, trauma, you'll find that the healing tools are finally starting to work more effectively. Not that everything will magically resolve itself, but the energy that was blocking your healing has been removed. The path is open now. Spiritual growth. Scorpio, you are naturally a spiritual being, even if you don't use that term. You have always felt that there is more to reality than meets the eye. During these 15 years, your spiritual journey has likely been intense. Crises of faith, dark nights of the soul, moments of profound doubt mixed with moments of transcendent clarity. But now, you are entering a phase of spiritual integration and mastery. You are no longer the student struggling with the basics. You are the experienced practitioner who has been through the fire and emerged with genuine wisdom. Your intuitive abilities will strengthen dramatically. Your capacity to intentionally manifest will surprise even you. Your connection to the divine, however you define it, will become more direct, clearer, more reliable. And here's something beautiful. You will begin to use all the wisdom you acquired through suffering to help others. Not in a way that exhausts you or puts you back in a position of sacrifice, but in an empowered way. Your story becomes medicine for others who are going through their own karmic journeys. Your testimony becomes a beacon for souls who are still in darkness. Now, I need to prepare you for something important. When such profound changes begin to happen, there may be an adjustment period. Your identity has been built in many ways around struggle. I am the person who overcomes adversity. I am the one who survives the impossible. I am strong because I needed to be. And all of that is true and valid. But what now, when the struggle is no longer the dominant narrative? Who are you when things finally get easier? This can be a strange, almost uncomfortable transition. You might even find yourself creating problems or resisting the good that's coming, simply because it doesn't feel familiar. Pay attention to this. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to experience joy without the other shoe falling off. You deserve it. You've worked incredibly hard to get here. Don't sabotage your own blessings out of habit or discomfort with the unknown. It's also important to recognize that the universe being on your side doesn't mean you'll never face challenges again. Life is still life. But the difference now is fundamental. The challenges will no longer be karmic. They won't be those repetitive and devastating patterns. They will simply be the normal ripples of human existence. And you'll notice you have far more internal and external resources to deal with them. You'll recover faster. You'll have support where you were once alone. You'll see solutions where you previously only saw walls. And you know what's even more incredible? You'll look back on these 15 years and, although the pain was real and you wouldn't want to repeat this journey, you'll feel profound gratitude. Because these years sculpted you. They strengthened you. They gave you emotional depth and spiritual wisdom that most people never achieve in a lifetime. You know what it's like to truly hit rock bottom and find the strength to rise again. You know what it's like to lose everything and rebuild. You know what it's like to be betrayed and still find the courage to trust again. You know what it's like to face your darkest inner demons and not just survive, but integrate those shadows into power. This makes you incredibly valuable to yourself, to your future relationships, to your work in the world. People will sense your depth. They will know, even without being able to articulate how, that you are someone who has truly lived, who truly understands, who has real substance beneath the surface. So, what should you do now, dear Scorpio? How do you actively work with this cosmic shift? First, consciously release the old. Perform a closing ritual. Write a letter to those 15 years thanking them for the lessons, even the brutal ones, acknowledging the pain, but firmly declaring that this chapter is closed. Burn or bury this letter, symbolizing the transformation of energy. Second, declutter your physical space. Donate clothes you wore when you were at rock bottom. Reorganize your home. Get rid of objects that carry heavy memories. You are creating space for the new, and that starts physically. Third, rewrite your narrative. You are no longer the victim of circumstances. You are the hero who went through hell and back with treasures. Start presenting yourself to the world that way. Change the story you tell yourself, first to yourself, then to others. Fourth, open yourself to receiving. Practice saying yes to invitations, opportunities, and kindness. Practice accepting help. Practice believing that you deserve good things without having to suffer for them first. This may seem strange at first, but it's crucial. Fifth, trust in synchronicities. When that email arrives, when that person gets in touch, when that opportunity arises at the perfect moment, don't dismiss it as a coincidence. It's the universe working in your favor. Act accordingly. Sixth, be actively grateful. Every day list 3 good things that happened, no matter how small. You are training your mind to recognize the flow of blessings that is beginning. And the more you recognize, the more you attract. Seventh, use your power wisely. You now have a level of magnetism and manifestation power that you didn't have before. Be intentional about what you create. Scorpio, you can use power to build or destroy. Choose to build the life you've always wanted but seemed impossible. And lastly, but perhaps most importantly, be kind to yourself during this transition. There will be days when fear will try to convince you that this is temporary, that the difficulty will return, that you can't relax. In those moments, breathe. Remember that you broke the karmic cycle. The evidence will continue to accumulate, proving this to you. Dear, powerful, resilient Scorpio, you did it. You really did. 15 years may seem like an eternity when you're in the midst of them, but now they are history. A history that shaped you, yes, but that no longer defines you. You are free. The universe recognizes your work, your perseverance, your transformation, and now, the floodgates of blessings are open. Over the coming months and years, you will build the life you always knew was possible, but that seemed perpetually out of reach. And when you get there, and you will look back and see clearly that every painful step was necessary to bring you exactly here. You are no longer who you were 15 years ago. You have died and been reborn several times since then. And this final version, this liberated and empowered version of you, is about to surprise the world, and even surprise yourself with what you are capable of creating, loving, experiencing, and becoming. The universe is on your side. Finally, completely, absolutely on your side. And my God, Scorpio, what you're going to do with that support will be absolutely magnificent. Your debt is paid. Your freedom is guaranteed. Your moment has arrived. Welcome to your new life. You more than deserved it. With deep reverence for your journey and immense enthusiasm for your future, your star guide.